Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury on the ArchieLuxury channel. Today guys, I want to talk about investing in modern wristwatches. Investing in modern wristwatches. How to make money in this game, baby. And I gotta tell you, if you wanna invest some coin into wristwatches and horology, what do I recommend? Now that's a very good thing. What do I recommend? Well, I gotta tell you, absolute blue chip of blue chip of blue chip. It's Rolex. It's Rolex. That's the number one brand. Is Patek better? Patek is an upper niche. That is the top different niche for an everyday punters, everyday investors. I'd highly recommend Rolex. Once you've got a few Rolex, you could then look at Patek. But it's like this. Having a Patek Philippe is like a 1 kilo bar of gold. Whereas with Rolex, it's a smaller denominator. It's like a 250 gram bar of gold. It's easily moved in and out of, okay? Guys, what do? The Rolex market is ballistic. It is crazy. Rolex watches are selling by multipliers. So many times more than retail. What do? You've come to the Pontiff. You want to know, what do I invest in? What do you do? Okay. I'll tell you my investment tips. My honest opinion is, with Rolex, let's get to the basics. It's always been steel sports Rolex. That has been winner chicken dinner. Steel sports Rolex. Rolex was famous for two things: automatic and waterproof. Very, very key ingredients here. Now, I want to tell you, what do? You want to get into wristwatches. You want to put some money in. Now, let's take a hypothetical. What do? Do you buy a Daytona, a steel Daytona? Do you buy a Cermet? Cermet is the Submariner with the green bezel. Do you buy a Hulk, the previous version, green dial, green bezel? Do you buy a Batgirl, Batman? Do you buy a Pepsi? Do you buy any number of these things? What do? Do you buy a Panda? There's all these hyped watches. You know what I think the best thing is? Let me give you ArchieLuxury's advice investing in Rolex watches. My advice is this. Okay. This is the ArchieLuxury. This is some of the principles, the rules I follow. Number one, I don't easily invest in vintage. Vintage can be a minefield. I love good vintage, but my honest opinion is, with vintage, I would rather put money into usable watches I can use and enjoy. That's part of the fun of this investment. So I'm going for modern. Basically, 90s, 2000s, noughties, that's the 00200 something, and teens. That's what I want, okay? I want to go for Rolex in the modern, the classic genre. We'll talk about that in another video, why I say that, but for this moment, I'm just telling you what my basic rules are. The next thing is steel sports Rolex, steel sports. Okay, there's always exceptions. There's the Bluesy is a great watch. The Maserati Blue Daytona is another watch. But for most people, they're steel sports. Stick to the basics. Then the third rule, this is going to be the shocker. My advice is go for the slightly less hyped models. For example, if you're looking at a Submariner, instead of going for the Summit or Hulk, I would go for a traditional black dial, black bezel, Submariner. Date or no date, doesn't matter. I would go for that. This is not hyped to the extent of a Summit is. Same price retail. I mean, if you can get a Summit retail, grab it. But let's be honest there, you can't. That's why you're watching this video. My advice is to get the standard Submariner, black dial, black bezel. Okay? You pay a pretty premium for the green. So I wouldn't do that. I just get the standard. Another great watch. What's another great watch in this genre? Let me tell you another fantastic watch is the Rolex Explorer 2. The 42 mil. This is a great watch. It's softer than the GMTs. Softer. It's an icon. Polar or black, you know what? Personally, it doesn't matter. I would probably now go for black because it's cheaper. I originally went polar because when I was going for polars, they were the less desired. I'd go for the less expensive option because a black or a white dial, who really gives a shit? Who really gives a shit? So my advice is go for the cheaper. It's more quality of the watch than the dial color matters. I think these are very good buying. They're softer than the GMTs, but they offer very nice flexibility, very nice usability. Another watch, which I think is absolutely amazing. You know what it is, guys. You know what it is. It's the Milgauss. Okay, why do I say that? The Milgauss. I've got a Z Blue. That was just luck of the draw. Okay, luck of the draw in the poker game. Z Blue or the black dial doesn't matter. In fact, the bargain Milgauss I would really hoard and possess is the white dial. They weren't liked. They weren't very strong. They got all the characteristics to become winner chicken dinner. Any Milgauss is a great watch. That's my opinion, guys. Grab it whilst you can. So these are steel sports Rolex, steel, no two-tone. They're the lesser of that genre. To give you an idea, let me give you an idea. If you're investing in watches, you got a choice. You can have a Pepsi, or you can have these two. A Rolex ceramic Pepsi, or you can have a 42 Explorer 2 and a Milgauss. Which way would you go? You know what? I would go for the two. Go for the two. Because, let me tell you why. With the Pepsi, you're already paying a big premium. You're paying a pretty premium already. With the lesser desired ones, they're closer to retail. They got much more scope for growth. Much more scope for growth. And there's some very favorable upside. They can go crazy. They really can go crazy. They can go ballistic. So I'd say my advice is modern 90s onwards, steel sports Rolex, and not the hyped ones. Next question comes up is, okay, what about Omega? The Omega Speedmaster, the classic moon watch. You know what? beautiful watch to have. It's beautiful. These are fantastic. They're not Rolex, however. I honestly believe, as an investor, I'd rather go for an Air King, a less desired of the Rolex Steel Sports range, than get a Omega Speedmaster. Rolex is the king in this industry. Is the Omega a bad watch? No, it's a fantastic watch. It is a absolutely winner chicken dinner, microwaved. The problem is with Omega, it's never going to be Rolex. So you might have some small gains. In this case here, I've got the 1861, the big box. It was being replaced by the 3861 on the switchy Rooney. It's a small anomaly. It may pay some investment dividends, but you know what? If I put a little bit more money in and bought a Rolex Air King, that'd be a much more sensible investment. Let me tell you this now, guys. Rolex, Rolex, Rolex. That is the best advice. Rolex, Rolex, Rolex. I'm not trying to talk Omega down. I love Omega. I'm taking a punt. I'm happy to take a punt, a bit of a flutter, because I've got a few Rolex already. But realistically, I can tell you this. If you had a choice of an Air King for a little bit more or an Omega Speedmaster, go for the Air King. Always go for Rolex. That is the way I would do it. And guys, investing in Rolex, investing in what do you buy, it's very important, guys. This is the new investment strategy. You got to look at a strategy. It's like any investing option. Don't get emotionally attached to the stock. Don't get emotionally attached. You're here to make money. You are here to cash in. That's what we're here for. It's the return, the dividends, and the sale, the capital gain when we finally sell it, okay, to that second last idiot, okay? So seriously, get your investment strategy worked out. I've placed a few chips on the casino wheel, and let's see how it pans out. I'm ArchieLuxury. This is the first video in the series, investing in Rolex watches. Guys, if you like this series, put some comments below. Tell me what you think. There's money to be made. Rolex is where it's going to be made, guys. I'm ArchieLuxury. See you in the next one. Hey guys, check out one of my best friends, Jamie Opulence, on YouTube. Just go to Jamie Opulence on YouTube. A fantastic channel from my good friend Jamie. Check it out, guys. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. We're gearing up to Christmas, and I want to tell you about ArchieLuxury advertising packages. So guys, let me give you the drum. Let me give you the squirt. Let me tell you the story. So, what have we got here for you? We got some really good packages. What have we got? Advertising packages. Do you want a 15-second insert? 15-second insert into every ArchieLuxury video and Paul Pluta channel video. 15-second insert into each video. $200 for a month. $200 for a month. If you want a rolling script, every video for a month, $100 for the month. You'll get your rolling script into each video I produce. Fridge space is pretty full at the moment. I will be advising when I'm taking more fridge advertisers. Let me know if there's any Christmas deal I can do for you. I'm ArchieLuxury. Advertise and become a winner.